Yeah. All right, we back at it. We back at it. We back at it. Thanks for tuning in. Whoever's tuning in, we get straight to it here. We don't need all the fluff, right? All right, Bex. Seven universal laws. We went over mentalism, correspondence, vibration. Now we're gonna get into polarity. One thing I will say before I go forward is this one here, the mental all is mind. That might be the only holistic law, because all these other ones, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, are based on duality, polarity, right? As above, so below is kind of on the fringe, but vibration, polarity, rhythm, of course, cause and effect, easy, and then gender. All right, but I digress. Let's move on. So polarity, this is the law I would consider the great balancing act. You know, it's hard to do, but most of us we try to accomplish that in our lives by maintaining, managing, should I say, managing those mood swings, those big swings on the pendulum from all the way over here, to all the way over here. Let's just say that's negative, that's positive. So you go from feeling the joy, you know, joy, happiness, to over here you might get bored, and then this would be sad, depressed. So you want to stay in the middle, like I said. All of this, at the end of the day, you want to stay balanced the whole way. We already showed you how you can neutralize by just staying balanced and not reacting. Underlying things of this law, opposites attract. So we can see here, we got a pole, right? Just like any magnet, you got a bar magnet right here, You got a positive north orientation and south orientation. And if you put another bar magnet with, let's say here, there's another bar magnet here. And let's say this is the negative. Let's just do negative. It's two negative. That's the negative end and that's the positive end. And they're going to push away from each other. They're going to push back. They're going to repel. They're going to repel from each other, right? Because these are two like charges. So there's no completion. They can't find completion right there. But if you flip this around, put the plus here, and then this is the minus now, then they'll link up. They'll lock together. So yeah, the plus would be, of course, in polarity. We're talking polarity. We're talking about, the poles. You got heaven. Of course, hell would be the negative. You got on, right? Off, right? Life, that's on. Death, that's off. You got good. You got bad. Hero, villain. Just your regular, run of the mill examples. But everything is dual. And this comes out of the Kabbalion right here. Let me see here. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Extremes meet. All truths are but half truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. So there you go. That's a great way to look at it. Meaning, you can be in any of these places at any time. You don't have to wait to die to do this. You don't have to wait to go to hell. You don't have to wait to turn off. All right, but that's the law of basically, the balancing act, polarity, Crips, Bloods, Democrats, Republicans. It's always two opposing factions. In boxing, you got the red corner and the blue corner, right? They always use red and blue. Pay attention to that. Red and blue. Two Masonic colors. Very important to the Masons. To me, it's just another frequency. It's just another band in a rainbow. Anyway, so that's the polarity. So you want to try to stay balanced, but in this world, it's almost virtually impossible to balance this energy because, like I said, it's always seeking the balance. That'll let you know this is not really the world of balance. This is the world of trying to find balance. It's a quasi type of balance. But all equations must be balanced. That's why they have accountants and bookies. You got to balance the books. So this would be, of course, what? This would be assets. That would be liabilities. Same thing. So just know everything has two sides to it. The coin got two sides to it. Okay? Two sides to the story. That's why you got a plaintiff, you got a defendant. The judge is the mediator system between those two. Okay? So that's where the neutral energy comes in. Neutral. That's the neutral. Unbothered energy. That can balance out polarity too. I'm not about to pick sides. Is it this guy or this girl? Is it this man or this man? Neither one. I say nay. No, right? But the show must go on, so until that system is dismantled, that's what we have. Like I said, it's a paradox. You got half truths and half lies. Most people will give you something in the gray area. All right, that's polarity. We're gonna wrap it up, speed it up a little bit. That's a great balance in that. You're gonna leave that. That's the key takeaway. Great balance in that. Everything's seeking to find balance. And we can go from 0 to 60 in no time. Rhythm. Okay, this will be basically, you know, the aligning of energy. Aligning of energy flow. I'm making this up as I go, but it makes sense. Energy flow, right? The flow is all about what? Streaming, right? Staying cohesive together. To flow, you got to stay together. So the rhythm, this dictates, the rhythm could be day and night, you know, day and night. You got to remember rhythm deals with, all of these deal with frequency, vibration, day and night. That's one cycle. You got the four seasons, the four seasons, they flow. Understand? Your breathing pattern, that's a very important rhythm. The breathing pattern. It's a very floating rhythm. So this is the in and the out. So you got rhythmic breathing you can use. You can do the 6, 3, 6. So you inhale for 6 seconds, you hold for 3 seconds, you exhale for 6 seconds, and you hold for 3 seconds, inhale for 6 seconds, excuse me. You hold for 3 seconds, inhale, this next inhale is 6 seconds, the next hold is 3 seconds, exhale 6 seconds, and you repeat that. That'll bring your rhythm into alignment. That's another thing. You can go with birds of a feather flock together. Like all of these things are basically the same when you break them down. It's all about movement and how to manage the movement. Okay, so that's the aligning of energy. That's the rhythm. When people, the rhythm section, when you're playing music, everything, is kind of coalescing with each other to create that beautiful music, that beautiful picture, that beautiful experience. So that's the ebbs and flows. The moon cycles, very important. The moon cycles. The 28. They say 29.5. The 28 days. And you times that times 13, you get somewhere around 365. I can't remember that, but I know it's 13 full moons in the year. So that's why you get months, moon, month. And just like the woman's menstrual cycle, that's a rhythm. It comes in rhythms. The ovulation cycle, that comes in rhythms. So all of this basically, that law, the universal law, is basically everything has its own rhythm. Your pace, your race. Don't never try to get the place that person has. Your pace, your race. Just like the tortoise and the hare. That was a story about rhythm. One of them thought his faster rhythm was sustained, so he played off and played with it, while the other one just stayed steady the whole time. He still won the race, right? So that's another rhythm lesson. The rhythm, dancing. It's all about rhythm. gymnastics, you know. Synchronized divers in the Olympics. That's the rhythm. They on the same rhythm. So that law can help your life in just basically knowing, do I want to party 2 days a month, once a year, or every weekend? You create your own rhythm, you know, which ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, it could be, hey, your workout rhythm. I'm gonna go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, skip 2 days, then do 4 days, skip 1 day, then do 3 days. That's a rhythm. So you always want to get in a good rhythm, okay? Let's see here. Let's see what the Kabbalion has to say. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left, because rhythm compensates. So that's what I'm saying. Usually, if you got that pendulum, let's say you got the pendulum, you know, pendulum, and if it swings this way, this far, let's say that's 1, 2, 3, it's gonna swing the same way this way, you know, 1, 2, 3. So it's not gonna just, you know, come all the way up here, hit this one right here, and then go back halfway to here. No, it's gonna follow all the way through up.
Life is full of sacrifices. I had to put down all my vices just to live righteous. My life is full of sacrifices. I had to put down all my vices just to live righteous. I'm good now, self-appointed king. Now I'm grown. Martin Luther